All right, everybody, welcome back. This is JP Trades, and we are going to dive into a little bit of Forex in this update. We're going to take a look at Euro USD, and let's first come to our daily chart to take a more macro look here. We can see that we are just really in this massive. Really probably better to come on the weekly time frame to see this massive range that we are in. And we are still currently below that value area low. A little bit more local pull. We are bouncing from a value area high. So we are going to probably have a little bit of a battle right here as we're getting a little bit of a squeeze in between the value area high inside of this bigger, more macro pull. However, you are above value on the more local range. So let's take one even more local than that. We do have a bit of a higher volume area here, followed by a lower volume. So this is why we are filling out volume right here to balance out this small volume area. So let's go back to the daily. Yeah, we are currently in a high time frame uptrend. And let's actually go to the monthly here. However, the monthly is in a downtrend. And your monthly high is back here. Your monthly low is down here. We're very, very far away from both of those. Let's go to the weekly. Now let's start our weekly pull from this low. So this low right here is going to be your weekly low. If we drop below this, I would think that we're going to go down to some of these levels down here and a deeper discount. And if we bust through this high, I think we can definitely start revisiting these highs up here. And that is a very macro, so it's going to take a while to play out. However, I do want to know the lay of the land and where our high and low is. So let's just keep that in mind for the weekly as we go to the daily. So could this be the higher low in this weekly uptrend? If so, this is a great place to bounce. And what you would want to see is us start sweeping some of these highs. And do something like that. So we would need to break this high here for our market structure shift on the daily. So as we already discussed, this is kind of what we're looking for on the weekly. So the daily has to break back bearish to get down to this higher low, the string of higher lows on the weekly. So this is a great area for this weekly higher low. So what we do is look down to the daily and even to like the 12-hour and 4-hour for this market structure shift to happen in this location of the range. So now that we know that we are in the discount section, an extreme discount section at that, we are bouncing in this area. in a fair value gap, so in an imbalanced candle. However, we do have a refined 18-hour order block below us. So it wouldn't hurt my feelings if we came up, come back down, and sweep this low. However, again, that is pretty far away from now, but keep that idea in mind. SFPing this low here and having a market structure shift in this 18-hour order block. So let's go down to the 4-hour. And again, if we chop this up again in the same manner as what we were doing before, we take our local range. And if we are going to bounce here, you want to see a bounce here in this range, the same way when we want to see a bounce here in this range. So it's a range inside of a range, and all of the ranges and all of the market structures from different time frames are feeding into each other from the bottom up. So let's take a closer look at what we want to see here. We want to see the 4-hour shift, and we actually just got that shift. So as we're coming down from this high, you can see now that this 4-hour shift has been created. So if we do get a rejection here at this order block that we're currently getting, we would like to see this area for a retest if this bullish sentiment is going to hold. So that's what we're going to look for now that we know where we are in location, position, different time frames. So let's go down to the 1-hour. So I would actually like to bring this order block up to also include that fair value gap. And I'm going to put an alert there. Also going to put an alert at these lows right here to watch for an SFP or an SFP of this low into this order block. And we can see, let's go back to the 4-hour. You can see in our extreme demand range of this, yeah, so we do have a Wyckoff model too. So this has already been hit. Let me go ahead and take this off my chart. I was wondering why this is still on my chart. So this is the long that we had back on the 21st, which is treating us very nicely, right? So we had that order block right there. Put your stop loss at the lows and target this high. That is a 9R trade. Beautiful. Let's screenshot that and put that into the Discord because that is a very nice, successful trade. Okay, so we will take off these order blocks that already got mitigated. We are left with a very, very tiny piece of an order block of demand that is still left down below. And let's take a quick pull from the top down. Okay, so our golden pocket is up here. Golden zone 786 is up here with the weekly and naked VWAP. Very nice. Okay. So let's pull some volume in this area as well. Okay. This is a very nice short opportunity that we are getting now. These areas are very nice because it's a very value area high, and this area would be a deviation of this value area high with that 786 up here with that weekly naked VWAP. I do still like that area. Now let's bring this down for just this leg of structure. We do have the point of control down here in this order block and the value area low lining up with this order block. Okay, so now that kind of frames our trades. So obviously, we're going to look here for that retest, potential sweep of these lows into this area for your retest. Same thing here with this low. And that would be a very, very small area to catch a long trade. And of course, we're going to look for the same confirmation here currently. And I actually prefer this area over this area here. And of course, we're going to watch for our equal highs. So watch for a quick SFP and those highs and a quick SFP of these lows into that order block below that we had. To redraw this one. So this one, I kind of want it to be a quick SFP in and out of this low here. If we get back into this order block, and I want to see that monthly level mitigated. This is also a very nice order block here. I would want to see a quick wick into that zone and come back into the range. So that is where I'm going to leave it. That is going to give you really everything as far as scalps, intraday trades, and even all the way out to swing trades. I will update if I see anything else in the charts, but these are some very, very nice levels. And Euro USD always has very, very nice structure. So that is it for the trades. I will post this in the Discord and upload the video for y'all to watch for full context.